10 things you should never say to an INTJ. Interacting with different personality types requires a nuanced approach, and this holds for INTJs as well. Known for their strategic thinking and analytical prowess, INTJs have specific sensitivities that can be unintentionally triggered by certain remarks. Number 10. You're being too emotional. The phrase "you're being too emotional" can be a potentially sensitive mark when directed toward INTJs. This is because INTJs are known for their logical and rational approach to situations, valuing objective analysis over emotional reactions. When someone tells an INTJ that they're being too emotional, it might be interpreted as a dismissal of their preferred method of decision-making and problem-solving. INTJs tend to prioritize a rational perspective, carefully weighing facts and considering long-term implications. While they do experience emotions like any other individual, they often process and express them in ways that align with their logical nature. When they do display emotions, it's usually after careful internal consideration, which can make the emotions appear subdued or controlled compared to some other personality types. Number 9. Just go with the flow. INTJs are known for their strategic thinking and careful consideration of decisions, which often involves analyzing the potential outcomes and implications. Being told to go with the flow can be seen as counter to their natural inclination and might come across as a dismissal of their methodical approach. INTJs derive comfort from having a sense of control over their environment and endeavors. They tend to thrive when they can anticipate and prepare for various scenarios. The idea of simply going along with the current situation without clear reasoning or a well-defined plan might be disconcerting to them. This phrase might also clash with their desire for efficiency and optimization. INTJs value their time and energy and prefer to invest them in activities that align with their goals. Being urged to go with the flow might be perceived as squandering their resources and activities that aren't strategically planned. Number 8. You need to socialize more. INTJs are typically selective about the company they keep, preferring deep and intellectually stimulating conversations over small talk. They find value in connecting with individuals who share their interests and can engage in discussions that challenge their analytical minds. Therefore, being told to socialize more might not align with their preferences for deeper interactions. It's also worth noting that INTJs require time for introspection and solitary activities to recharge their mental energies. Socializing extensively might drain them, leading to reduced productivity and overall well-being. However, some INTJs might acknowledge the benefits of occasional socializing for networking or personal growth. It's all about striking a balance that aligns with their comfort levels and priorities. Number 7. It's not worth overthinking. Generally, INTJs are known for their propensity to analyze situations thoroughly to arrive at the best possible solutions. However, there are instances where overthinking can become counterproductive or lead to unnecessary stress. In some cases, INTJs might appreciate a reminder to step back and avoid fixating excessively on details that might not significantly impact the outcome. It can serve as a valuable nudge to help them maintain a healthy balance between analysis and action. However, there's a fine line between providing a helpful perspective and undermining the INTJ's natural thought process. The phrase could potentially be interpreted as belittling their analytical abilities or minimizing the significance of their careful consideration. Number 6. You're wrong. Here's why. INTJs value logical discourse and appreciate well-constructed arguments, so being presented with a counterpoint can be intellectually stimulating. However, how the counter-argument is delivered plays a significant role in how INTJs respond. When presented respectfully and with solid reasoning, INTJs may view this phase as an opportunity for a healthy debate, as they appreciate discussions to challenge their ideas and foster intellectual growth. It aligns their preference for rational discourse and offers the chance to refine their viewpoints. On the other hand, if delivered dismissively, or without sufficient evidence, INTJs might perceive the phrase as condescending or dismissive of their perspective. Given their confidence in their analytical abilities, they might not readily accept contradictory statements without well-substantiated explanations. Number 5. You're too serious. This can have various effects on INTJs, depending on the context and the nature of the relationship with the speaker. While INTJs are often perceived as having a serious demeanor due to their analytical and logical approach to life, this statement might evoke mixed responses. On the other hand, INTJs might acknowledge their tendency to focus on matters with a seriousness that aligns with a preference for precision and careful consideration. They might take this feedback as recognition of their dedication to tasks and their commitment to thoroughness. It's essential to remember that while INTJs do prioritize rationality, they also have a sense of humor and a lighter side, often involving wit and intellectual playfulness. Engaging in discussions that acknowledge their analytical skills while also appreciating the unique brand of humor can foster more positive interactions. Number 4. You can't control everything. This holds a complex connotation for INTJs, and its impact varies based on the context and the individual's mindset. INTJs are known for their preference for planning and strategic thinking, which can sometimes lead them to strive for a high degree of control over their circumstances. When discussing the concept of control with INTJs, it's beneficial to strike a balance between acknowledging their strategic mindset and the inherent unpredictability of certain situations. Instead of negating their drive for control, framing it as a valuable skill that can be applied selectively can lead to more productive conversations. Additionally, emphasizing adaptability and the benefits of managing what can be controlled while accepting what can't help INTJs find a middle ground that aligns with their outlook. Number 3. You need to be more flexible. This might trigger mixed reactions from INTJs, largely dependent on the context and their perspective. INTJs are known for their preference for structured approaches and strategic planning, which can sometimes lead to rigidity in their methods. On one hand, INTJs might appreciate advice that encourages them to consider alternative viewpoints and adopt their strategies when necessary. Flexibility can indeed be a valuable trait in navigating complex situations and responding to unexpected challenges. However, this suggestion might not always align with the INTJ's natural inclinations. They place a high value on efficient decision-making and might resist perceived deviations that could hinder their progress or compromise the quality of their outcomes. Number 2. Let's not analyze it to death. In some cases, INTJs might welcome this phrase as a reminder to avoid getting lost in unnecessary details that don't significantly impact the outcome. They recognize that overanalyzing can lead to paralysis by analysis and hinder progress. However, if this comment is made dismissively or nonchalantly, INTJs might interpret it as undervaluing their analytical strengths. Their inclination to deeply dissect situations is integral to their problem-solving process, and they might perceive the suggestion to cease analysis as a hindrance to their effectiveness. Number 1. Everyone has to follow the rules. INTJs can also be critical thinkers, question rules that they perceive as arbitrary or ineffective. They value autonomy and may challenge rules if they believe they hinder progress or innovation. The impact of this statement largely depends on whether the INTJ perceives the rules in question as justified and logical. If the rules align with their sense of reason, they might agree. If the rules appear arbitrary or counterproductive, they might feel compelled to question or challenge them. Understanding an INTJ's perspective and preferences enhances communication. Recognize their analytical prowess, respect their need for deeper connections, and acknowledge their strategic thinking. Effective conversations with INTJs stem from an awareness of their unique traits and an appreciation for their distinct approach to the world.